messed up the hey. So Unique is in the building, y'all. What's good?
What's up?
Reggaeton's in the building, man.
Reggaeton y alcohol.
I saw you on the gram. The music video was going crazy. And I'm like, hey, man, this girl got the next wave going. And I was just talking off air with you, like how I feel Latin artists are the next wave coming into the Bay Area. Because it's like, they deserve press. I mean, Latin songs do numbers. Reggaeton does numbers. I don't want to go cliche, talk about Bad Bunny or nothing like that. But, like, it needs to feel like there's a more underground developed scene in the Bay Area. But it don't feel like there is one. Or maybe you could comment on that for me.
I feel like it's still developing and growing, particularly like in Sacramento. I feel like we have Latin artists, but they haven't came out of their shell yet. But I knew that, like, from the get-go. I was like, this is going to be something new for my community. And not to say that I wanted to be like the first, but I wanted to create a wave to where it makes it safe for other artists like me to come out of that shell and sort of like join the community that I'm trying to build, and make it a safe space, like I said, for people like me. Like, it doesn't matter where you're coming from. Me personally, I'm Mexican, so I come from Mexico. I know they're out there, so it's like I want to open that sort of like wave up for a lot of people like me.
And the way specifically that I guess we're talking about is more about traditionally speaking Hispanic, right, and not using American lyrics, right? And is there like a pressure to use American lyrics and have that type of be like a lane, or is it like a specific lane, just rapping and singing in Spanish?
Can you like word that?
Yeah, well, just meaning like, is there a pressure for an artist to, stick to kind of like, not like sticking to our roots, but just singing in Spanish and sticking with the whole Spanish lyricist and not doing English lyrics? Or is it like that doesn't matter, you're just going to do both? Or
yeah, like, to me it doesn't matter. Like, it never really mattered. So there is a pressure, I feel like, because a lot of the artists from, like, where I'm from are, rapping in English or singing in English, and there is that pressure. Like, what am I doing, wrong in order for me to grow? But it is hard to, like, relate to my lyrics because they are not understanding it. So that's a lot of pressure already in itself. But really, I do it to, music is about, like, what kind of emotions and feelings, like, it evokes. So if it's making people feel good and making people want to dance, then, like, I'm happy with that. A lot of people don't understand my lyrics. Like, they have no idea what I'm saying. But I love that because, like, I have also people telling me that they could relate or whatever it is. But, like, I honestly just feel like it makes me happy to know that you might not understand what I'm saying, but the music's still making you feel like you want to dance or, like,
totally.
Well,
I don't know what you're saying.
Exactly.
But I'm still a fan, right? So it's like, I don't feel any pressure from you to make anything Americanized in that song you released. I think the authenticity, which I liked, is the fact that it's in its zone. You know what I mean? And I'm not sure if you've heard K-pop or what. I don't even know what K-pop singers are singing either.
Someone just told me that the other day.
And I'm Korean, I don't know what the hell they're saying. I don't want to know. I just want to know, does it sound good? You know what I mean? I want to buy that for like a second. I don't want to think about it too much.
And I don't know if you ever, like, felt this way, but sometimes I personally put on music that I don't understand because I don't really care about the lyrics at the moment. I just want to feel.
Example.
So, like, I listen to a lot of, like, Italian.
Really? Okay.
A lot of Italian.
Really?
Yes.
Current Italian, modern Italian, or like old, like, symphony shit?
I would say modern, like, modern Italian right now. Italian rap. And really, I put that on, and I don't have to, like, really like listen to the lyrics. If it's making me feel like, you know, free, like, then I listen to that.
It's interesting.
Like, it's
Spotify?
one of my favorite genres.
On Spotify or YouTube, you find it?
Everywhere. Like everywhere. I listen to like all genres, but like what I'm saying is like sometimes it's just about feeling it too. So if my music is making people feel good, then I'm happy.
Right. That's awesome. Yeah, you should be, you know. How long have you been doing music?
4 years.
Okay.
So like I dropped my first single in 2019, Salvaje, and that song, like, people loved it. Like, I got so much love on that song. I just didn't even like see that coming, but that song just like it's my first song and it did so well that I was like, I got to keep going.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I stuck with that genre, and ever since I've been dropping Spanish singles, and it's like the people are still supporting me till this day. And to me, that's just like, wow, like that feels like beautiful.
And in this era, how is this support coming? Is it mainly family or people that you know, or is it social media starting to help out, or is it 50-50? You know?
Yeah, it's like all types of ways of support, like streams. I think my streams are really like good for, you know, I guess like where I'm at right now. Like, you know, I feel like they're doing pretty good. Like Salvaje is probably like over like probably almost at 15K views. I know that's not a lot to like other artists, but to me, that's a lot.
That's a lot. 15K is a lot.
I like it, just like it's really catchy, and that's what I tend to do with my songs, so like people could vibe to them. It's like I listen to like a catchy beat and then I incorporate like a catchy hook and then a catchy chorus. So all together it's like all catchy, you know. So
I love that you said that. It's so honest, because you could have went like, oh, I went deep in my soul, but you know what? I hear the catchiness, and I'm like, yo, I'm a fan of that. And I feel like you're in that era now where you should be hollering at influencers that are like girls that are pretty with like 100K followers, and you should be like, yo, girl, like promote me and like dance to my song on your shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like that. No, but I'm telling you, like, that should be your next step, because you are likable in that fact, and you have that, oh yeah, girl, I'll support you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, and so just be like your nice self, like, yeah, I'm shy and help me, and you know, because that really works. You know what I mean? Especially if you're hollering at like maybe Latin influencers that sell Amazon. I don't know, but you know,
it's all about like marketing.
It is, and it's content, and the video draw me in. Right, because it's like how it was shot. Props to the director, because they need more shout outs, and I think the way he shot that was a great way of detailing you and what you're doing.
We talk about R.Y.A.
Yeah, R.Y.A.
So that's my most recent.
Yeah,
and that's like it's crazy, because like when I did Salvaje, it was more of like a slow, like, you know, guitar instrumental. Like it was just much slower, but I felt like my songs needed to like be a little bit more
up-tempo.
Upbeat.
That's a difference in that one for sure.
It takes time to like really like find your sound, I guess, and to experiment with different beats and styles, and see like what you're capable of. Cause
right,
for example, like R.Y.A. like came to me because I listened to the beat. And then I just like, it came so easy to me. Like I finished that song
fast.
So fast.
Yeah. All the good ones are fast. You notice that? They're just fast. Like you're not really thinking, you're just writing.
And I finished it in the studio, which was like the best part. Like I finished it there, and I typically don't do that. Like I typically just finish my songs, and then when I'm like ready to go in there, I get it done. You know? I get the job done. And
up-tempo songs, to me, do better engaging people faster.
They do.
I feel like they do. And your slower songs are meant to be like, girl, look down my playlist. You know, I got soul. But the quick tempo, the eye appealing, it works in a 5-minute fast world of social media.
Because people have such short attention spans.
like when you're crying, it's like, okay, that's gonna be 4 minutes right there. It's like I gotta figure out why she's sad, and be into that. And then I'm sad, but you know, and I dived a little bit in your YouTube, but I admit the most recent one seemed the most appealing because it had the visual, it was new, it was catchy song, and it hit. And big part of the reason why I felt like I reached out because I felt like, oh, there's a lot of potential in that song.
Thank you.
You know,
it's one of my favorites. I have a lot more that I want to release.
Right.
Obviously, everything takes time.
I think you should push this one to the brick.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Are you on TikTok?
I did start I made a new TikTok recently when I dropped R.Y.A. I created that new account so I could start fresh.
Is the song on TikTok?
It is.
Okay, great. That's a huge thing.
I just want to create a challenge to where like people are like dancing to it or like doing something fun to it, you know, and hopefully attracting more audience.
I think this is a song that's good enough for you to invest in. For you, if you're, I don't know what you're doing in terms of work, but if you're taking paychecks, I think it's a song worth saving money for, and possibly paying influencers to help push, social media outlets to help push, because those songs can get placement when they're. It sounds like a song that can sell soda. You know, like you're dancing, and it's like sponsored by Diet Coke, and y'all having a good Latin time. It's like, oh shit, I want to drink Diet Coke. I didn't know Diet Coke was cultural like that. So Unique brought it out, man. But I'm kind of joking, but I'm being like dramatically honest though.
Oh,
you know,
thank you.
And I'm just, well, I feel like it's great talking to artists in your era because I can reach out to you and tell you, like, dude, it's about the content. Like, you know who La Russell is?
Yes, I do. He actually just performed at Woodland. He
did recently, yeah. And that was like South LA, right?
Yeah.
Well, okay, so I'm not trying to diss La Russell, but if you look at his streaming content, it's not that engaging. I think like EBK has like triple the views. And
you gotta be different.
But what I'm saying is he's all Instagram, TikTok content, and it's engaging. Like, I don't go and look up La Russell. I'm not dissing him, but I don't go and look it up on Spotify. But when his Instagram post comes, I stop there. And I look, so I just feel like it's a lot about the content.
It's about the content. You gotta be different. Like, you gotta do something that's like catching people's attention, you know, and just being yourself. And how
do you feel about that? How do you feel about doing it? The reels, the
being
acting?
reckless. I feel like I haven't been able to like be myself. I feel like there's just so much more to me that isn't out there yet. Like, there's just so much more of me.
Right.
But it's gonna come, you know, like, I feel like these are like little milestones, and it's helping me be more comfortable, like being like, for example, like this on camera and showing my personality, you know?
Which is wild, which is weird. Isn't it? I mean, you're new, so I want to ask you, like...
Is my personality?
No, is this like weird to you, people asking you questions because I saw your song on Instagram and now, you know, like...
No, not at all. It's definitely new, you know? It's like a new experience, and just with everything in life.
What are your parents like?
My mom's goofy as hell. The goofiest person ever. Oh my gosh, that lady.
Life of the party.
She is.
She drinks?
Oh, no. And that's the funny part. That's the funny part. She don't drink, but like her
real life
her
of the party.
energy level and her, like, she's hot.
And she's not musically inclined at all? Or?
No, not necessarily, but I know that I have a few family members out there somewhere.
That are? Is your dad into it?
No. No dad in the picture.
Oh, no dad in the picture. Okay.
No.
Okay. I usually find that Latin dads are very tough on the music. Like, they're not feeling it. They're like Asian dads. They're just like, nah, that's not, like, you should do something else. You know?
That's how it was in the beginning for me. I feel like they didn't really take me serious. Like, I would be in my room doing covers. They walked in on me like a couple times, like just singing my soul out. Like, so embarrassing. But like, I've always loved singing. And maybe I wasn't like the best singer, like, or whatnot, you know, but I always liked my voice, and I always knew I had potential, and I always knew I wanted to do this. But I wasn't writing my own songs growing up. Like, it wasn't until, like I said, you know, I dropped Salvaje, and that was like my first song that I actually wrote, and people really liked it. So I was like, I did it. I could do it again and then again and then again. And I've just been like trying to be better every time.
I don't have songs with views on them, but I was an artist at one point.
Really?
So, yeah, I was in a band. I was in a rock band. We used to scream like, you know, fucking people loved it. But is it pressure to like have a song that shit got views? My next one got and if it don't, do you like delete it? Like fuck that song, or like, do you know what I mean? Because that like not everyone gets engagement. You feel me?
Yeah.
So it's like when you get it, damn, it's like this. Because I feel like you have to like, no, I gotta uphold it. You know, and only have songs that have engagement.
No, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think it's really about that. Like, I feel like honestly, I mean, I've gotten pretty good engagement, but I know there's some songs that have done better than others, and you know, but when it comes to the ones that don't do the best, it's like
you just
it's
leave
too
them up
late
there?
now. Y'all already seen
That's
it. Y'all
fucking
already
fire.
heard it. Y'all already heard it.
Bro, I love that. I fucking love that you're willing
it.
to talk about it too. I like that. I can tell you're honest about it. You know, it's a good thing you did this interview because I told Northern Cali Next Up about you. Do you know who that is?
No.
Northern Cali Next Up is a prominent Instagram page that does their podcast out of here. They got a really high interaction rate on Instagram, but I showed him your music and he was like, yeah, I'm probably gonna do like a Latin post later and poster and stuff like that. So
That'd be dope. I've been
you should
trying to like
add the pay. Oh, you have your phone on you?
I've been trying to get on the Thizzler Daily Slaps.
He works at Thizzler. He's that tied in with him and Thizzler have shared posts together.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So this is how people are treating you behind the scenes. Like, oh, okay.
See, I have no idea.
You shouldn't.
I be
you shouldn't
feeling
even
like
care.
I really do be feeling like
You shouldn't even like, you know, it's like whatever.
I'm like, you know, I take my career serious. Like I take
Totally.
everything so serious. And aside from like my everyday life, you know, which is already tough, like it's but I'm always like pushing myself to get to where I want to be. And sometimes it feels like, you know, not that it feels like unreachable, but it is hard. Like the journey is hard. Like, so sometimes it does feel discouraging knowing that, like, do people really fuck with me though? Like,
well, you know what the greatest, like, I would hate for your generation to think like that because it's like, I only need enough people to fuck with me. You
That's
know,
true.
you do not need the whole world. And once you have the whole world, those people are hated. You know, like you really just need like 15K on each song could really get you by. And I know you look at the 100K streams and all that, but like I've seen people survive, you know, with just 15K on a song, and that's still payment. I don't know if your Instagram's set up for payment. Is it?
it's not.
You should.
I know.
Before it
I gotta get my
happens.
money. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's a good part of it, is getting paid for this shit.
Oh my gosh, I know.
Are you
But
looking at opportunities to perform in Mexico too, not just the band?
I do. Like they're trying to like set everything up. See, this is why I need to stop thinking like
Yeah.
sometimes the way I do and getting discouraged.
You need a
because a lot of
manager.
people, yeah, a lot of people do like, you know, these are my managers.
You
right
gotta
here.
have them go through the DMs for you. Be like, this ain't her, so don't try that. But like, what are you offering? Like, you know what I
No,
mean?
seriously.
Because you need a filter at some point. Because it's gonna be too overwhelming. Because I feel like you're gonna take it emotionally. Like, because you're authentic. You're being, you know, genuine. So, genuine people tend to take shit really
I know.
to heart.
I try not to care. I try not
It's
to
a
care.
good try though.
I honestly like. I feel confident though. Like I feel
Yeah.
confident in who I am and like my work and.
Totally. But it's hard not to care, right? Like when people are not gonna comment. It's like,
Exactly. Like being upcoming is tough work.
It's so tough. I totally.
And you gotta
respect.
like really, if you really want to take it serious, like there's a lot that comes with it. And like to me, like what I mean by that is like having a normal life out of this. It's already tiring, you know,
I'm on
everyday life. So
Yeah.
if you have like a music career or, you know, whatever you're pursuing, like other than your normal life, that's so much pressure too, because to me, it's like,
Facts.
okay, right after work, I got to go hustle.
Yeah.
Like my
You're
day
tired.
doesn't end there. My day, and I'm tired, but
Yeah.
I got to keep going. And it's like, I got to make every day count, and every day count. And at the end of the day, I want to think like, okay, did I fulfill? Like, do I feel fulfilled? Do I feel like I was productive today?
That's great.
Do I feel like I really reached my highest potential today?
Yeah. It's fucked up to yourself, but it's almost needed to up yourself for that game that you need to be an entrepreneur. You know what I mean? Because every entrepreneur goes like, did I do enough today? And that's so fucked up. Because even when you're rich, you'll still, like, now I'm falling off. You know, this is just like a high thing. You know what I mean? Like no matter what level, you're on Oprah's couch. You think you feel great. You just left Oprah's couch. Now you're like, is that it? Is that the peak? You know?
It's just like never ending.
It's never ending. So the way I see you're dedicated now, and I know we talked off air about relationships and how that I'm talking about how like being driven like makes relationships suck. Like, you know, with the men that you're dating, you're probably, I don't know if they're going through it, or did you just break up recently and go through because of the music? Like, because a lot of girls will do that, but. You know, and I feel like when certain girls release songs, it's almost like, man, fuck you, man. I'm doing my shit now.
It's crazy though, because like I feel like you write your best music when you're going through like a heartbreak, or like you're emotionally going through it.
Yeah.
And sometimes my songs don't even be about the heartbreak in itself. It's not talking about heartbreak or whatnot, but some songs are just talking about like having fun, like reggaeton y alcohol. I was writing that song when I was going through it like no other time in my life. Like I was really going through a heartbreak, but I wrote R.Y.A. and like, you know, thanks to that heartbreak, like I wrote a song that doesn't even have to do about the heartbreak. It has to do with like having fun with your girls, and it just happened to be like really love. So I'm happy with like, you know, what I do with I turned tragedy into art. So yeah.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah, exactly. I turned my pain into art. So
Swifty move.
You won't find me out there like, you know, getting drunk, sloppy over heartbreak. You'll find me in the studio.
That's good. Can you name a guy that's being lame in your DM that's like not Latin but getting at you and being corny about it? Because I imagine you attract those, right? Like the white dude, like, yo,
there's so
buenos
many.
dias, senorita. It's a fuego track there.
Oh my god!
You're like, just talk English, motherfucker. like the way you do at a taqueria. Just talk like what you would. Don't try to get cute. Last one.
There's so many.
I'm gonna put his profile on the clip.
There's so many, like, you know, like
Bust out the
every
phone.
girl. I feel like every.
Bust out the phone. You got a phone on you? You got the DM? Can we look at one?
Let's see.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's see.
You gotta send me the screenshot too, the guy.
Oh my god, am I gonna put him on the spot?
Yeah, he will love it. And that will teach people. You should be careful what you DM, because Believe might put that shit on there as a clip.
My ex trying to sneak one of my exes.
Let's put your
one
ex
of my
on.
exes.
Let's put your
one
ex
of my
on.
exes is always trying to like sneak up in my life.
Let's put him on. Let's read the DM.
Like what?
Let's read the DM out loud.
Sir, talking about, are you too good for me now? Like, no, I'm not too good. But like, you know what I mean? Like,
He feels you're too good now.
I'm not like trying to act like that, but I'm also not interested in like rekindling that relationship, I guess.
Down that road, right? You gonna call him right now? Tell him, go on there and be like, "Hey, bro, you don't want to fuck with you?" Like, who the fuck is this? Like, you're on a podcast right now.
Oh my god!
You didn't handle that breakup well. That's why we're calling you. No, so he's trying to get back in your life, right? And now he sees the videos doing well.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, but what about like a year ago?
Yeah.
Now I'm like, yeah, there's plenty of, you know, like.
Why DM you that if he's your ex? Though, why not call you?
Why not call me? I don't know.
He
We can ask him that.
He DMs you.
You do.
He just like gets in line with all the other guys, like, but he was there. That's weird. I don't understand that.
But honestly, I'm just focused. Like, I'm focused on me, and I'm focused on my path, and like, I say like a lot.
That's cool. I do too. I like what you're doing and the community that you are building because I'm recognized of it. Do you know Illy Katana?
I don't.
You should follow her, ILY Katana. I'm gonna connect y'all two on the gram if you don't mind. She's YKATANA.
Oh.
Yo, check her out. I think you guys would vibe.
Oh yeah, I seen her on your podcast, and
Yeah.
I was like, she's hella bad.
She's dope, but she's a dope Latin artist. I don't even know if you knew that. Did you know that?
I think I did, but
Okay. But check her out. I feel like you guys have very similar.
I was like, this girl look like a model.
She kind of is.
She a model.
She kind of is. Anything you want to say before we wrap this up in a little bit? I want to thank you for coming out from Yuba City, Sacramento, man. What high school did you went to?
No, Sacramento.
Sacramento, but you went to Yuba City for a photo shoot today.
Yeah.
That's right. And it was a girl photographer. It was a girl photographer that shot you.
The dopest.
That's dope. It's less creepy that way, right?
Yeah. I love
girl photographers.
I love working with females.
Photographers too, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Super dope. Chill.
Fun thing.
You get the job done.
Where'd you guys shoot at?
Where? Her home studio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's
it was
lit.
chill. Just.
I was gonna rob you. That's happened to me. No, I've been robbed in the street before. It's not fun. You're like, why am I out here so long? We just got the shot and left. Damn it. But you see some bright object. Oh, let me pose in front of that. Because that would look cool. Yeah, I really appreciate you coming out today. The music is dope. Please name your new single.
My newest.
Yeah, your newest video. I'm sorry.
R.Y.A.
R.Y.A. What does that stand for?
Reggaeton y alcohol. R.Y.A.
What does that mean?
Reggaeton is obviously like the genre, and E means and in Spanish. Reggaeton and alcohol. Alcohol. Yeah, and then we just named it R.Y.A. So it was just really cute and whatever.
It's a good rhyme. Yeah. Good song for selling alcohol, too.
So, backstory about that song, though. Like I said, I was going through heartbreak, and that song just came so easily to me. But the lyrics come from, me visualizing, a scene where I'm, with, my friends entering the club or whatever. And typically, when you go up in the club and you're people are staring at you. So you're like... Are they staring because they not fucking with me? Hating or whatever? Or they looking at me because they genuinely think oh, she's pretty. Either or. I was kind of inspired by that. I was I'm gonna write a song about this.
I'm glad you did. I would.
And the only thing, the only two things that mattered is just the alcohol and the reggaeton. Because reggaeton is my favorite, my genre. It's I love reggaeton. And alcohol, because
they go together.
Yeah.
I would love it if you did do little segment posts, little parts of your video. And I'm gonna just sound hella selfish, but where you got the subtitles down below on what you're saying in English.
Yeah.
That would be oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. I do want to do that.
I got the church going next to us. Time we get out of here, man. I appreciate you coming out. Thank you so much. Is there anything you want to tell the public before we get out of here?
Well, I want to thank those who are about to watch this. I want to thank you because you reached out, and I'm glad that I got the opportunity to come and meet you because. Yeah. You just recently reached out, and it was right away. Come on, let's get you up.
Let's get you going. Let's get you going before you blow up, and then you act all Hollywood, and then you don't respond.
Yeah.
It's let me get you now. I believe in you, bro. So I was checking on a year, but I really did saw what I saw on the gram was okay, she the next one, and I am influencing my people like NorCal Next Up, Dizzler, to kind of promote more Latin artists. So you will see that post because I believe in y'all movement. I don't know what y'all saying.
I appreciate that.
But it sounds really good. You know what I mean?
Appreciate that.
So,
yeah, it's not about, music is a universal language is what I tell people. It's a universal language.
ear therapy.
You don't gotta understand it to like it.
You appreciate y'all. Create Studios podcast, man. Please go check her out. What's your Instagram? I'm so sorry.
Soyunica, SOYYUNICA.
What does that mean?
Soyunica, like I made that Instagram name like heck long ago. Okay. And it just means like I'm unique.
Hey, I like the soy part. I see a lot of marketing.
See, like Spanish
that.
just like makes it like a little that Spanish flair.
Yeah, well, you got me with the soy because I'm Asian. I'm like, I like soy. Is she Asian? Maybe she's Asian and Mexican. And I'll come out during the interview and I will look cool. All right, man, my people. Create Studios podcast with my homegirl Soyunica. Go play the song R.Y.A on Instagram. Gang gang.